Yo, what is going on? Welcome in, everybody. Welcome to the party Saturday night. Just decided to stream for a couple hours here for the funsies. So I'm going to do an hour of this Worldstone Keep right here if anyone wants to jump in. Game name is Phil12. Password is Phil. Anyone wants to jump in and do this with me? Then I'm probably going to draft a fantasy football, like a underdog fantasy football. What's it called? It's not called, just called underdog. What is it? I'm so stupid. The fantasy football where you can draft a billion teams, you never have to pick the lineups. I forget what it's called now. Best ball. I'll probably draft the best ball team. I'm just going to do some stuff for fun. And I seen this was on. I was like, why don't we get after it? Why don't we get after it? So, Phil12. Password is Phil. First come, first serve. Whoever wants to hop in. Ben and Wicked Ball first in here. Oh, legends. What's going on? Saffron Duck. Trash. JJ Hall. What is going on? Munkle's Crime. Saffron. Yo. Rush. What's going on? Of course, Ben and Wicked Ball. Huge shout out. Let's go, says Rush. Ooh. Yeah, Phil12, password's Phil. First come, first serve. Notification gang. Everybody who's got their notifications turned on, you get the benefit of being first ones in here. So, congratulations. Little benefit, anyone watching maybe the VOD later. If you ever want to get in on any of this stuff, make sure you get that notifications turned on. Joining the Discord is probably the best way, too, because you get notified right away, within seconds. 100% of the time, bar none. So, oops, I was hitting the wrong button there. Spangly, what's going on? Welcome in. Yo. I do have a general beer here. Average beer. Gin and tonic, says Munkle. Enjoy. Hopefully you enjoy responsibly. Mama Phil. Yo! Saturday night. Mama Phil's hopping in the stream. What is going on? Hopefully you're having a wonderful weekend so far. Let's see, level 93. I just got another level. We're at 91 here. So, yeah. The password is Phil. The password is Phil. So hopefully Phil12, the password is Phil. Anyone want to join in? First come, first serve. So, new concept for D2R. I would bet a lot of money that's not happening. A ton of money. Just a one metric ass ton of money. that there's no new content coming to D2R. But I'm just some random guy in my basement, so why trust me, am I right? G-Stacks believes, it's Ben, I believe. There's 47 million to 97. Almost there. There's an amulet we can use to craft real quick. So we're almost, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We got one more open spot. Can hop in for the next game here. So it's going to be Phil13. Password of Phil. Phil13, password is Phil. JJ Hall, this whole like legacy team thing, I've seen the same video you did, I'm sure. I don't want to assume anything, but I'm assuming I've seen the same video and the same evidence that you have. I don't believe that they're going to have new content or an expansion for D2R. It would literally be fiscally irresponsible of the corporation to intentionally try to drive people away from Diablo 4, where they can buy skins and have constant monetization, to buy like a $30 or $40 expansion for D2R, so they could sell like 10,000 $40 expansions. Like, that's not, make a few $1 million. Like, that's not, they could make a couple of skins for WoW or something and make more money than that. You know, it's not, it would literally be illegal based upon the laws that are in the United States for them to do that. Oh, nice. Little 2 to source skills, 9 FCR. Wish that was at least 10. Unfortunate, but yeah. Still good, 2 to source. Gotta like it. But yeah, it's literally, they have a fiduciary responsibility to shareholders to do what's in the best financial interest of their organization, their company. they literally cannot legally make an expansion for D2R. Like literally. Maybe I'm missing something. But that's just, I have some random guy in my basement. Just remember that. Just remember that. All us D2 creators, everybody's just some random guy sitting around. I mean, maybe some other people have inside information. I don't have it, but I'm just some guy, and that's what I think. The thing is I'm always right, so... And yes, that's a joke. What's going on, Mustang? What's up? What's up? Next charity stream. Oh boy, not for a long time. Not for a long time there, Ben. I only do the charity stream for the stair climb, which would be like March. Next March. Gotta turn the music up a little louder on my end. Shell rune. Oh boy, I was not paying attention. No report. Can't create a game too quickly because, yeah. Age of Empires. Yeah, I'm not too familiar with that game, but I'm assuming it's some kind of competitive game. And D2R generally, it does have PvP, but there's not like a huge competitive scene for D2R. So, and yeah, like I said, I don't know too much what's going on with that game or whatever there, but it's pretty uncommon to just put out expansions every few years for like 30 or 40 bucks for a game, and you know, have that be a financially viable business plan. But I guess Kermit's in here. What's going on, Kermit? What's up? What's up? Kermit dead first. I thought Kermit dead first was like Fred or something. I don't really know, but yeah, mana burn. This is me, Phil. It's not easy being green. I'll take your word on it. If you told me in the YouTube chat, I would know for sure. Not that there's any reason for somebody to lie and say they were Kermit, of course. Ghost, what's going on? Yeah, I streamed yesterday, and now I'm streaming again today. I was on a little vacation. All right, now I can trust you. We linked up. Wait a second. What was I doing there? All right, now I believe you. My mercenary leveled up. There we go. That's a thing. Kind of figured it was a real-time strategy, JJ. Kind of figured. It sounds familiar. The game sounded familiar. I just unfamiliar with it, I guess. So, anyone hopping in here a little bit more recently here? We got this TZ Worldstone Keep, so I figured we get after it. But kind of a little bit of a variety stream today. So, I'm going to do this for an hour. I'm going to draft a fancy football team for some best ball, and then maybe we'll mix in a little Geoguessr. Hard to say. Hard to say. It depends how the time goes. I don't know how long the best ball team really would take. if Mosaic had a roll, but from something up to 50, so if it was like 25 to 50 on each claw or something. The only thing is if it's not 100% chance, like nobody will use it. So the only reason people play Mosaic is because it's broken. If it wasn't broken, nobody would use it. That's back when it was, because they originally had 25%, so it got up to 50% chance of replenishing charges. And you're attacking all the time, so you'd think every other hit would keep the charges up. But that wasn't enough for people, you know? It has to be all the time. It has to be busted, broken, busted. It has to be busted. That's the whole point. Everyone, if something's not complete, busted, that's like not good enough, you know? So, busted, broken, busted. Personally, I think Mosaic just needs to get taken out of the game completely, eliminated. I don't think there's anything wrong with certain builds just being not as good as other builds. And, you know, if you're a true gangster, then you play the build that's not quite as good as the other one and you make it work and you have a good time. You know, even if you don't, like, whip out your credit card and buy perfect gear for it or something, you know? So. Schleppler. I don't know about that, but thank you for the kind words. Very faded says a lot of builds are busted. A lot of builds are busted. I don't really agree with that. You could say a piece of gear here and there, but for the builds overall, I mean, I don't know. Obviously, I don't think there's a firm definition of what necessarily equates to a busted build, perhaps, but I guess I don't agree based upon my definition of what a busted build is. If you can't clear players 500 difficulty, then you're not a busted build, I guess. The amulet, I suppose. Let's hop out to the next game.
How would the vacate go?
Hershiser. Yo! Thank you for the 2 months of Slayership. It was good, you know. Ooh, a little tutor barb. Some holy bolt charges. Legendary. It was pretty good, you know. Everything kind of packed in there because I don't really have a lot of time to go on vacation, so you know, it is what it is. Guess I could have took more time, but you know. Let's see if we can get tutor barb skills with something else. That's not very good. Crom says teleport busted, remove it from the game. That would slow the game down a lot.
In memory,
crazy.
Machine code.
Machine MMC in memory of. I mean, he's still with us, right? Just not around as often on my stream anyways, but yeah. Juck, thank you for the 7 months of Slayership. Oh. Teleport is busted. I don't know. Hard to say something's is busted if it's been in the game since the day it launched and it's never been changed or altered or anything. It's never got a buff. It's never got a debuff. It's not, you know, I don't know. Hard to say it's busted when it's been in the game since day one. It's never changed, and it's like one of the best games ever made. You know. What's the Merc using? I think he's got a Reaper's Toll. I never took the time to trade up to get perfect gear for this character, so I'm still just rocking like mediocre whatever gear and blah blah blah. So Nerf Energy Shield says Gorilla. Nerf Energy Shield, huh? How about that? Up until like 2 years ago, it was completely worthless, and then you would say you want it nerfed, huh? Crazy. Back in the bald cap, Barthemus. You know what's up. There's a G right there. Yep. You recognize me without my normal hair. Now I'm back to the fake bald cap. Kermit says MMC was in your stream earlier. Gotcha. I guess he just avoids my stream nowadays. Spooky Fox Molder's too good for Phil now. Next go. Banjo says OP D1 skill. Teleport timeout. Right. Okay, that one's all gone. Whoop. Nope. Every class uses Enigma for the teleport. I mean, if you're going to argue just because every class uses something that has one specific thing on it, you could say the same thing like resistances are OP because every class uses gear that has resistance on it. These have 50 fire res. Like, every class uses stuff that has res on it. So getting res on your character is OP because every character wants it. I mean, I guess you could argue that kind of stuff, but... Find item busted. There you go, Faded. Find item broken. Good old Monarch. Resistances, busted. Getting any resistance on gear to help you out, busted. Broken. Crom says hates the mechanic of Mosaic. I probably would. I never play it, of course, but yeah. Remove the timer, nerf the damage. Yeah. Oh. 2 sockets. Enchants, stupid OP. Corpse Explosion's too OP. That needs to get removed from the game. Corpse Explosions. To be honest, every character uses battle orders. That needs to get removed from the game. Every single one uses battle orders. Remove it. Stop giving Blizzard ideas. They ain't doing nothing. Get out of town. The game needs to be removed from the game. Nice. Urshizer says Necromancer builds would be useless without Corpse Explosion. Almost pretty much all of them. Yes, pretty much all of them. Yes, that is true. Yeah, what build wouldn't be, I guess. There's probably, I bet you in PvP, Necros never use Corpse Explosion, huh? Specifically, Diablo clone hunting Necromancers don't use Corpse Explosion. Ghost talking about Mosaic burns his eyes. Yeah. Or are there certain ones you like that don't burn your eyes, you said? Gotcha. Probably true. Maybe if it only worked with certain skills, huh? Maybe. Make sure y'all hit on YouTube anyways. Hit that like button. Hey. Can't reach him. Is that my Emilio getting luring all these things back in here? Mana's OP. Melee characters are OP in D2. Casters need a buff. Casters buff, melee nerf. That's what we need. Tristan, what's going on? So I'm gonna draft a best ball team later. Haven't fired up. I'm really thinking about doing the Sweet Hill Fantasy League again. I didn't do one last year because I literally couldn't find 9 other people to do a league, and I'm not doing a 6-person league or an 8-person league. Come on, you gotta have at least 10, but really I want 12. Like, less than 10 is a joke, no offense, but really you need at least 12. Few people shouting out they join. Obviously Tristan was asking about it. Perry, make sure you guys are part of the Discord and watch the I'll post stuff on my main channel too, but make sure you're part of the Discord, and I'll probably post something in the sports page for my Discord. But like I said, I'll talk about it on stream when it comes around and stuff. I'm gonna do it. I have to do it for some small amount of money, because if I do it for free, people just say they'll do it and then they'll draft like the first 2 rounds, dip out, and never check their lineup ever again. So, which I've had happen every year. At least one person has done that. So, but yeah, Barthmus, yo!
Barthimus donated $9.99.
Bald Cap Saturday.
Bald Cap chillin' on a Saturday. A few years and this day is complete.
Barthmus, thank you for the $10 super chat. Oh. Appreciate you. Yeah, Bald Cap Saturday. Yeah, something about the bald cap just makes me feel right, you know. Not that all that hair up top. Best of zombie, I have no idea. A candle, I guess? Oh, the match. Gotcha, okay. Roasted. Roasted. First ever SOJ, Kyle says he found. Kyle F. Nice, Kyle, nice. Use that SOJ to get yourself an Annie, it sounds like, on single player. Congratulations. Quite the feeling, quite the feeling. Bartholomew says that the bald cap's more aerodynamic for streaming. This is true. That is a fact. Aerodynamics while streaming are crucial. Just crucial.
Duck donated $5 through Super Chat. Ford Rangers get stuck on grass. Fact.
Duck. Thank you for the $5 super. Is that... Hold on. Have I told that story before? From a super long time ago? Are you referencing... Is that something you're just saying? Or are you referencing a story I might have told like 3 years ago? Okay, gotcha. Gotcha. Anyone who doesn't know, I used to have a Ford Ranger. That was like the vehicle my parents like, here, you're 16, drive this Ford Ranger. 2-wheel drive Ford Ranger, right? And yeah, the number of times that like maybe a few years after that, when I was like 18, I'd go to a party, and then like the next morning there'd be like dew on the grass, and I would go to leave, and I would just be stuck in the grass because there was dew on it. I kid you not. That happened probably at least 3 different times. People are like, just park in the grass. And I'm like, bro, I'm going to get stuck. And they're like, it's just a grass. You have a truck, man. You can pull it right out. You have a truck. And I'm like, this is not a truck. It's a Ford Ranger, 2-wheel drive. Everyone's like, oh, truck, you must have 4-wheel drive in this. No. Wet grass. It's over. Baldest tires of all... No, not even brand new tires. Completely 100% Just got them like 2 weeks ago. Tires stuck in wet grass. I kid you not. I would just feather my foot off the brake, and just the idle speed, the tires would be going like this, just spinning on wet grass. At this speed, I kid you not. I wouldn't even touch the gas. Just the idle of the engine, the tires would be spinning, like at this speed. Go 21. 21? Yeah, the good old Danger Ranger. Yeah, mine was the extended cab with the pull down jump seats too. So it really was the Danger Ranger. There's no way, if you got in an accident, if you were sitting in those little jump seats, survival was like negative 100. Calm down. Yeah, when your car's just idling and you take your foot off the brake holds it still. When your car's just idling, it does move. It moves forward. Yes. Have you never drove a vehicle before? I guess maybe. But yeah, all vehicles, every car on the road does that. Yeah. When you take your foot off the gas, it just goes, or off the brake, it just goes forward at like 3 miles an hour or something like that. Every vehicle that's been made in the last like 50 years. All of them. So apparently just every vehicle I've ever had. So who can confirm? Has anybody have a vehicle that when you take your, that when you're just, it has like an idle speed that your car goes at? Am I the only person that has had a vehicle when your car's in drive and you take your foot off the brake, your car rolls forward by itself at a very slow pace? But yeah, that's what I was talking about. Yeah. Just that little idle of the engine, you know, when you put it in drive and take your foot off the brake, just that the tires would spin in wet grass. Is pretty much what I was saying. Yeah, so if it's automatic, people talking about if you have a manual and you're just in neutral. The thing is that nobody has neutrals. Like, you have to special, in the United States anyways, you have to special order a vehicle to get one that is manual. So like, they don't really come that way anymore. There's probably some sports cars that probably come manual all the time. They might not even though, because obviously I couldn't afford the expensive, like the Corvettes and stuff. Hold on a second. Are all electric cars automatic then? I've never had an electric car and I never thought about it till this very second. $91. Yeah, I know they have no gears. It never crossed my mind till just now. Like, what's the deal going on there with electric cars? So yeah, they're not like literally automatic because they don't have gears. So, but they're like functionally automatic because there's no gears or something. Yeah, so it's never thought about it till this very second. I wonder if you could get like a fake simulated manual transmission in an electric vehicle. Technically, if they tried hard enough, you could develop a transmission for an electric vehicle. Right, Duck? If you wanted to over-engineer it for unnecessary amounts, you could technically put a transmission in it. Yeah, Edstrom, appreciate you. Right? Automatic is the answer. It seems that way. Seems that way. Well, actually, Phil, says Duck. Yeah. Actually, yeah, just one of those things I never thought about till this very second. Joshua says electric vehicles, they get crazy when things break. I can imagine. That's one thing that I kind of would obviously dislike about electric vehicle. You couldn't possibly fix anything yourself. Like now if something goes wrong, you can just like fix it, right? Or imagine having one of those like 1989, like, I don't even know what type of vehicles around then, but those giant cars that you open them up and you could just see straight through to the ground because all the parts in the engine compartment are so apart from each other. You have all this room to work. You'd fix everything yourself. But even now on gas, ICE vehicles, it's like so hard. Everything's packed in there. All these sensors everywhere. Electric vehicles are probably a disaster. I could not imagine even thinking like, or I don't know, maybe they could even make them like computers now. How everything's like plug and play. It's like unplug the RAM, put the new RAM in. Maybe they could eventually one day get to making electric vehicles like that. You just unplug the thing you want to replace and plug in the new one. All done. I doubt it though. They would probably intentionally complicate it just so that you couldn't do it. So Shane up here a minute ago says for good old Black Fog, every wheel has its own little electric motor. Is that how all electric cars are? Because I have heard that, but also another thing I haven't thought about in a while are pretty much, and when I say all, I mean if 90% of them are like that, that's close enough. We can just say all. Are all of them like that? So where each tire has its own little electric motor? Why do we park in a driveway and drive in a parkway? That's can't argue with that, Duck. I can't. Saffron says most have 1 or 2 motors. Interesting. I have heard that of cars that had all 4, but I wasn't sure. I haven't looked into changing electric car technology in a while. So, like, it's probably been like 5 years since I ever really even looked into it, to be honest. Not exactly in my wheelhouse. Gotcha. A few different people saying most have 1 or 2, so appreciate you. Scott, what is going on? I mean, I have, Josh. I got a friend who's had 3 different models of Teslas or whatever. That's the only electric vehicle I've ever been in, was the one that my one friend has. I've never even known anybody who had an electric vehicle, to be honest. So, do I drive a Mustang? No, I have a Ford Taurus. Ford Taurus. John Simo says, smash that like button. Yeah, don't forget, hit that like button on YouTube. Help me out, fellas. Saturday night streaming. We got almost 100 on YouTube. What'd you guys think of that thumbnail? I don't know how it looks, but I thought it was pretty funny. I just picked the picture of me with hair emote. A lot of people probably see it and they're like, what is this? And they just like scroll past it super quick now that I look at it. But because of course it doesn't necessarily look a lot like me. Maybe it does a little bit, but going from hair to not having hair, it's a pretty drastic change. All the Act 2 mercs running around, right? Yeah. Just everywhere. Bunch of ladies. John said his father bought a new Mustang when he retired. Sounds like a retirement type of vehicle. They're really not that expensive, those like plain Jane sports cars or whatever you want to call them. The Mustangs, the Chargers and such like that. Really, like my Taurus when it was brand new was like more expensive than a Mustang. But I did not get it new when I bought it, or when I got it, so I got it with like 130,000 miles on it or whatever, so Mr. Blue Jean, I'm not sure. Maybe I missed part of what you were saying there, but something about, all I seen was something about a shape-shifting Grand Charm on hardcore. I didn't see anything else you put in there, so I didn't see what you got for it. But really, shape-shifting for the Druid is not a super sought-after particular, whatever you call it. So the Taurus show was a boss from 1990, a 94 Taurus show. I didn't even know they had a Taurus show back then. Hershiser said had a Taurus. It was familiar for the most part. Someone says it's messed up. So yeah, we'll just jump to the next game. Sure. Yeah. Yeah, reliable for the most part. I've had some things here and there, but I mean my car is 13 years old now. So I mean, what are you gonna do, huh? 140,000 miles on it or something? I forget exactly, but why we got two parties here? I'm trying to think everything. I mean, normal brake stuff. One of my, what do you call it? Like the brakes, you know, with the brake fluid. It like blew out and shot brake fluid everywhere. All over my car. Oh boy. Another issue here I see. Do we got, alright. I guess we need another game? Yeah, I guess we need another game here. They got blasted by the souls on accident. Whatever the cylinder is on the brakes or whatever. So I replaced that, and then the one that I replaced, that one blew out like 2 weeks after I replaced it, because it must not have been, you know, built right or whatever. So I took it back and they gave me a new one for free, but still I had to do it again, which is annoying. Yeah, there's been a bunch of different things, kind of, sort of. But I mean, the car's 13 years old, so what are you gonna do? When you're trying to keep a car going forever, you don't want to buy a new one. That's what happens. A shape-shifting Grand Charm for a string of ears. Hey, if you needed the string of ears, I'd say that's a perfectly acceptable trade. I don't feel like they're really worth a lot, so yeah. Choros, what's up? What's up? Welcome in. Yeah, I guess a lot of people said master cylinder. Yeah, I mean, I guess this breaks master cylinder. Sounds about right. Heavy foot Phil. No. The thing is I barely drive anywhere. I go to the gym and I come home. I take my daughter to school, I come home. Besides that, I mean, I'm sitting here hanging out with you guys. That's all I do. Folded like 7 baskets of laundry earlier. Cleaned the toilets. Swept the floors. That's what I did today. Took my daughter to the park. Me and her went down there in our water shoes, and we walked down the river, picking up cool looking rocks. That's what I did today. Yeah, Mr. Mom, exactly. Living the dream. Where it says 98, the show was so sleeper. Mercury Marauder in 04. Yeah, I don't know if they still make the Taurus or not. I know the year that of my car, there was a Taurus show, but I don't know if they still make a Taurus up until this day. They might not. I have no idea. Igloo Pie, what is going on? Thanks for streaming. No need to thank me. We got a little bit of variety stuff going on today. I'm doing this for the hour, so 15 more minutes, and then I'm going to draft a fantasy best ball team, and it's going to be legendary, and then we'll see what's up. I'll either stop there or maybe a little Geoguessr mixed in, huh? One to Paladin. I don't know. Maybe there's some Paladin out there that needs it, huh? You over there. What is this doing here? Also, what is that doing there? Also, what are these doing here? Oh, I think I was going to keep these in craft and with chip gems or something. And we'll throw this over here too, sure. Oh, someone here said they were talking to Phil. Sorry, yeah. I can only read so many chats at once, so it's hard for me to keep track of all, in game and then all the other things. So, final version in 2019 says Igloo Pilot talking about the Taurus. Sounds about right, I think. After fantasy football, I'm going to download D3 and play it. I cannot confirm nor deny that, Viv. I have Diablo 3 already, so I don't have to well, actually, I don't think I did have install it on my new computer here, so. My new install of Windows, anyways. Yeah, John, it's real crazy to hear the whole flooding stuff in Texas. Yeah, definite best wishes type of situation there. Very, very, very sad to hear. Alpha Tango has been playing a lot of D3, he says. Yeah, I've been meaning to try D3 again for the first time since launch day, but I have not. I haven't got around to it. Maybe soon here. Dark Angel made it to another live. Welcome in. I've gotten almost a third of a level here, huh? How about that? How about that? D3 underrated? Maybe. Hard to say. I haven't played it since it launched. It was so bad, like it was unplayable for the first, for several months after it launched. It's like, okay, well, I'm out. So we got an open spot here, I think, ish. So it's Phil29. Password's Phil if anybody wants to join, by the way. Yep, totally, John. Totally very sad situation for sure. Very sad. Ethan says, one dad to another. Sounds like a pretty awesome day, honestly. Don't get time with my kids like that, and after work, you're so burned out, you don't have the energy. Picking up what you're laying down, yeah. It's, I try not to take it for granted. Trash said still waiting for the D3 playthrough. It's coming, it's coming. Maybe pretty soon, huh? Maybe. So Phil29, the password is Phil, by the way, if anyone wants to help fill this up. We got 12 more minutes of blasting TZ fail waves of experience here, so. No, I'm alright. Appreciate you, though. Alpha started a new Necro, hoping to go Poison eventually, huh? Poison Nova? You're up to level 8. Now, did you get the Poison Nova up to level 8, or your Poison Nova Necromancer that you just started is up to level 8? But you're going to join next game? Gotcha, yeah. There's only 10 minutes till it's over, but yeah, totally, one more person joining up would be great. $20.30 says Trash for the D3 playthrough. That would make sense. D3, 2030. Snagged a Hell Rune. What a legend. Bill 30. Oopsie. I went to 20. You think you guys can come to this game? Honest mistake. Hopefully I don't screw anybody over who's been running with me the whole time, and then all of a sudden they can't get in the game because I did something stupid. Hey. Whoopsie. So yeah, Phil20, password Phil for the new game, by the way. If anyone wants to join up, we got an open spot. Gotcha, Alpha. Gotcha. Level 8. Necro, you're firing up. Good to hear. Necro's pretty cool. Boy. Let me go ahead and change. Maybe the thumbnail. Stream's not getting any views today. Pretty crazy. I guess the thumbnail was a bad idea. Let's go with I'm gonna change the thumbnail. What? This file's too large. Are you out of your mind? Unbelievable. Sure. I thought the thumbnail was funny, but I guess it's not going over good on YouTube there. Surprised I don't stream D4. Yeah, it's really hard. I don't know if you ever did something that you really didn't want to do for a long time, and you have to try to act like you're having, like, could you imagine watching a stream where a guy's like, yep. All right, we got the, there we go. We got the monsters down. All right. All right, let's take out the next monster. You know, like, it just doesn't work. When you stream, it's got to be, you can't play or stream something that you don't want to do. It just doesn't work out. Thought I heard a charm or something there, so go to number 21 here while we're at it. Glenn says Phil wearing his bald cap, right? You're a fan of the thumbnail? Yeah, I don't know. For some reason YouTube's got like half as many views, and there's nobody else like streaming tonight. So really, I should be having like double the number of views that I like. There's only 84 people watching on YouTube right now, which is shock. That's like a third of what I usually have. So very strange. I'm not some big time streamer or anything, but still, that's like a third of what I usually have. So. No Country from Old Men. I'd never seen that. Never seen that. I feel like it was a super popular movie I never watched. But just got some Budweiser, nothing crazy. Just a standard generic American beer. Generic American beer. Keeps enjoying the summer night out. Is that something that usually gamers do? Do gamers usually enjoy nights out and stuff? That's not what I seem to remember. Thanos is in it? What do you mean Thanos is in No Country for Old Men? Like the guy who like voices Thanos or something? Huh. Pumpkinhead beer, Shipyard Pumpkinhead. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of other beers. This wouldn't be my first choice, but when you talk about like price relative to cost, here's what I got. There's so many beers that are good, but they're like $25 for a 4-pack. I'm like, you like, I don't make that much money playing Diablo 2 all the time. I'll tell you that much. 2 a.m. in Sweden, says Glenn. Yeah, I get you. I'm picking up your laying down. Here it's 7, almost 8 o'clock here on a Saturday night. Usually we be hopping. That's all right. All right, we'll hop to the next game here real quick before we run out of time. I did change the thumbnail and instantly got 15 more viewers on YouTube. So yeah, almost 8 in Florida. Yeah, I'm in Michigan, so we're in the same time zone, straight up and down. So gotcha, Thomas. Yeah, I never knew who it was or whatever. Never really paid attention or whatever. But yeah, so we got probably just one more run here, and then I'm going to switch over to. It's not going to be everyone's cup of tea. That's why I didn't set the thumbnail as a D2 thumbnail, because I didn't, I was going to be doing a variety of things tonight, but... Anton, I'm a throw barb. I started this season as a throw barb, so... John said he's having some crab tonight. Best of luck. Or whatever you want a word for that. I can't stand seafood, so... Ooh! Ooh. Gross. Seafood. Gross. Ethan says needs to hit the like button. What a legend. Appreciate you. So John, I've never heard anyone say it. John Simo, no one's ever said a wronger statement in their entire life. All seafood, all fish, all shrimp, all crab, anything like that, absolutely disgusting. Really, I think if you eat it, if you sell it, if you consume it at all, you should be locked up in some sort of maximum security prison eternally, just forever. Pathless is well done. No. Medium rare crawdads straight out of the Detroit River is the only way to eat it. Wait, was that the last wave? I don't remember. Blue Jean says farming ancient. Your friend saying farming ancient tunnels isn't good without good MF. You would want it for sure. I mean, you get how much magic find you can get. Did I leave before the final wave? I might have messed up there. I don't know. Forgive me if I did. Yeah, seafood, gross. So John, yeah, you're super wrong. The thing is my opinion is always right, and any other opinion is wrong. Sea bugs, right? Yeah. They're kind of like bugs. Ugh. No, I'm half joking. It is disgusting, and I can't eat it. I'll throw up everywhere, but oh man, just driving by like a Red Lobster or something, like I'll be on the expressway and there'll be a Red Lobster off to the side, and I'll be driving and I'll be like, what is, oh my god, what is, ugh, and I'll be like, oh, there's a Red Lobster like a mile over there. Ugh. Just the whole like, it's like for a 5 square mile radius, it just stinks. Oh, there's a Fish Bones over here. Like, there's a restaurant from around here. I don't know if it's national, but it's called Fish Bones. Oh, we're driving by Fish Bones. Oh, God. Like, it's that one mall that there's a Fish Bones in it. Ugh, gross. Or any sushi place. Oh, we're driving by this sushi place. Oh, God. The whole city stinks because it has a sushi restaurant in it. Crazy. Just crazy. Your sister's a genius, John. Yeah, trash up here a minute ago too, saying well done seafood and a tofu. Yeah, well done tofu on well done sea. No, you can't do that. Why would you ruin your tofu with seafood? Gross. Glenn says ban seafood and mosaic. This is true. This is true. I knew you guys would be on my side. Anyone who disagrees with me, I'm not reading your comments. I'm just joking. Alpha says loves sushi. A lot of people do, and I don't get it because it smells like geez. It smells like rotten diarrhea. I don't know how you can eat it. I just don't get it. But you know, to each their own. Bloody Foothills is a good one to run too. So all right, I'm done hosting. Appreciate y'all running with me. Give me one quick second. I'm gonna fire up a little variety stream for today. Yeah, pretty crazy. My viewer count jumped up 25% when I changed the thumbnail to my standard D2 thumbnail for YouTube. But oh yeah, let me see if I got this set up right. I'm not sure if I can get into a draft. Oh, I gotta hold up. So we're switching it up here off of D2 real quick. It is a Saturday night. I like to do things a little bit off the book on Saturdays. I just need to change a couple of things. Let me go ahead and get this fired up real quick. Oh my gosh, everything's zoomed in so far. I can't even see. Is it gonna work for me? It's working. It's working. It is working. So anyone who doesn't know, this is, I'm drafting for best ball. We need a couple more people, and they'll join up. They'll join up. So I'm kind of a big football fan, sort of. So I know it's not everybody's thing, but I enjoy it. Hopefully you guys do as well. Or you can watch, you can kind of learn about it if you want to. It'd be great. Race, what's going on? Welcome in. Just finished up a little TZ cow. You're talking about single player, I'm assuming. Pick number 4 right here. So we got the board over here. Which we can kind of look at as we draft. I remember how to navigate this right here. So we'll usually watch a little bit of the board, and then we'll jump back for when it's our pick here. We have... Does not tell us how much more time we got till the draft starts? I thought it usually says... Oh, it's right here. So it'll start just a second here. How many drafts have I done? Too many. This is just a cheapo $1 draft. You can see how much I have on my account right here. 66 cents. So I do the cheap drafts. I just do them for fun. I'm like a gym drafter usually, I'm on the stair climber doing some drafts. So I've probably done like 50 or 60, but it's all like the $1 ones when they pop up, or like maybe the $3 ones. So yeah. Looks like your account. Yeah. Oof. I would rather Bijan than Saquon, to be perfectly honest, but it's probably everyone just drafts in their ADP order early on here. So oh, they did not. We'll take him. We will take him. So Bijan is my guy in my keeper league. I literally, my keepers for, I'm in this keeper league, right? And, boy, I took over a team that a guy just absolutely nuked. I didn't even know who to keep. So, I initially kept, Deebo Samuel, which was a disaster. But through drafting, through a little bit of trading, a little bit of luck, and a little bit of bad luck, I guess, I'm not great at trading. And I'm not great at, but anyways, through drafting. So my keepers for next year, you can keep three players, no round penalty of any kind. So you just straight up keep them, and you can keep them forever without any penalty, or no, you have to keep them at cost or anything like that for the penalty. My keepers are Bijan, Brian Robinson Jr., and Malik Neighbors. Those are my 3 keepers for this next season. So I better do good. So Brian Thomas is right here. They're all like first round picks. If I don't win this season, I drafted Bijan when he was a rookie, and then last year I took Malik Neighbors and Brian Thomas, and they're going to be my keepers next year. I had been keeping Deebo Samuel because I'm an idiot. Goodbye, Deebo. Last year I did something so stupid that I should have done way better last year. I had to decide. I'm really good at drafting the right rookies, is what it is. I had to decide between James Cook and Isaiah Pacheco. I could have got rid of Deebo, which in retrospect, I wish I would have, but I wanted to keep at least one wide receiver because you have to start 3 wide and only 2 running backs. And I didn't want to keep Bijan, Isaiah Pacheco, and James Cook when you only start 2 running backs on your team. There is a flex spot. So I decided to keep Pacheco because Josh Allen runs so much. He's going to run in touchdowns, am I right? Pacheco breaks his leg in the second game. Thank you. James Cook leads the league in touchdowns. Thanks. After he literally had like 6 touchdowns in the first 2 seasons and then had 18 last year or whatever it was. Thanks. So that was cool. But yeah, here we are. So Drake London. Let's see who we got left up over here, huh? There's my little team behind me so far. Is he going to take Bowers? You know what? I don't have a lot of Bucky, and I don't... Jonathan Taylor scares me. He had 1,400 rushing yards last year? Why do I feel like that's sneaky under the table? I didn't notice that. You know what? I don't have a lot of Jonathan Taylor. If this guy doesn't take him, I think I'm going to take him. That's 2 running backs, though. I'm going to have to hammer. Just hammer. Wide receiver after that if I do this. I never do this, so I'm going to do it. I'm going to take 2 running backs off the bat. You're not really supposed to do this, but I'm doing it anyways. It all happened in one game, talking about Jonathan Taylor, all them yards. Maybe. He got 500 yards in one game. Now, he probably did have a 250-yard game right at the end of the season when it was meaningless, but we'll try it out. They're kind of in flux. I think Anthony Richardson's going to explode, so he's going to get benched permanently, I think, because he's so bad. Trey McBride, Marvin Harrison, tight end. I don't really want to do tight end. I got to make up wide receiver. Ooh, Trey McBride, though. I'm going to go Garrett. I don't think Justin Fields is as bad as everyone thinks he is. And I'm setting up the Justin Fields stack for later. He's got no competition. The wide receiver 2 there is Josh Reynolds. Like, what are we even talking about? Am I right? What are we even talking about? So, yeah, Marv, Kyron. Did I? Oh, yeah, it doesn't say here. Let me look at, who's this guy? Kyron. Took him ahead of ADP there, which is whatever. Which is whatever. Oh, that's not what I meant to do. Whoops. I could probably close out a D2R here, huh? Since I'm not playing anymore. Just utilizing, just taxing my computer with a game that I'm not playing currently. Yeah, we'll see. Hopefully the Jonathan Taylor one works out. I'm not really sure. Decided to go with it. I usually never go 2 RBs like that. Boy, Kittle really getting pulled up boards here. Jeez. Kittle really getting pulled up boards here. ADP of 40. All the YouTube guys are talking about Kittle, like blowing him up, you know what I'm saying? So they all love that guy. Marty, what's going on? Sorry I didn't see you there. What's going on, Marty? Doing a little different. Saturday night, sipping a beer, doing some fancy football. There's my boy James Cook. Man, I'm wearing Hampton right there too, huh? Boy, I could take my boy. Could take my boy here. I mean, J-Mo's got to do something, right? He should take Hampton. He's gonna get auto picked him anyways. The guy, what? I can't take a third running back. J-Mo, Sutton. I love Sutton. I probably have like a bunch of Sutton. I haven't been getting him a lot lately because he's moved up, but Xavier Worthy's pretty nasty too. We'll go J-Mo. I wanted him before, so this is kind of a round that I think is underrated for wide receivers, to be perfectly honest. Worthy, Sutton, Calvin Ridley, and then of course J-Mo. I'm not a big fan of like the wide receiver 2 for Dallas. The wide receiver 2 who always stinks. Devontae Smith, he's only good when Goddard's hurt. So you got to just put him on your bench until Goddard's hurt, and then you can play him again. Give me. I would have loved... oh, Sutton went literally right after me. Of course he did, yeah. Yeah, I figured as much. Boy, I've been taking so much Ridley because I'm really on Ridley over a lot of these guys. And Jennings, to be honest, but... Can't go Burrow, yeah. I guess Ridley. I'm off of Flowers. Hunter is going to be... I mean, maybe. I don't know. Sets me up for another stack later, though, so... Did his gun arrest disappear? I forget what happened to J-Mo with that. I think it just got dropped, and yeah, I think it's just gone. Perry talking about Jonathan Taylor over here. He says, regardless of the quarterback that starts, they're going to have to lean on him. Yeah, the only thing is that Jonathan Taylor or Anthony Richardson, obviously, he does have running ability, but he instantly gets hurt all the time. And then he can't throw, so I think Daniel Jones is like, if he doesn't start within the first 4 games, I'd be shocked almost. Almost shocked. I completely forgot about that gun charge thing. What the? Oh, okay. Is that you're saying they called the sergeant and they told him to let him go? Allegedly. Quote unquote, allegedly. I guess that's how you get away with it, huh? Man, Pacheco in the 5th round? What? Took Pacheco almost 20 picks ahead of ADP. I mean, he's all about him, huh? I mean, do what you do. I do like Pacheco, though. I know I'm a little behind here. This guy took Pacheco. You can see right here, ADP is 77. He took him at 60. I mean, I do like Pacheco, like I said, but I don't usually reach quite that far. Garrett in the third feels like a steal. Yeah, I mean, he's the only guy there, and even with Devonta Adams there half the season last year, he put up solid numbers. Now he's for sure number one. Let's get out of here. Let me get everything set up again here. So we're 2-3. I can pretty much do anything I want to. Ooh, I do like Godwin. It's so hard to say how people are going to come off of an injury, right? Oh, Debo's looking like a fat man recently. I don't know about that. Judy, who's going to be throwing him the ball? I mean, he did pretty good last season, to be honest. 1,200 with 4. I don't know. I've been a big fan of Jacoby Myers. I don't know if this is a good idea or not, but I'm going to do it. I do have kind of a lot of Jacoby Myers, sort of, and not really enough Jerry Judy. Maybe. 1,204. I probably should have took Judy, but that might have been a mistake. When you got 20 seconds, you know, I'm on the 20 seconds clock, so. Yeah, that was from a minute ago. Alpha said he was surprised when Kamara took so long for him to get drafted. Yeah, sometimes people drop unexpectedly, huh? So Kamara's right here to JT. It's gonna be a little behind me, but so he actually got picked before his ADP actually. So, oh shoot, I was not paying attention. I actually want Swift. So that's fine. I got distracted that my pick came around so fast. I forgot it was a short. I'm not used to streaming these drafts, so forgive me. I'm not sure any Chicago people. Chicago backfield is one of those ones that, because Ben Johnson came here and used him a little bit, but man, I have such a sour taste in my mouth about DeAndre Swift, because I believe when he was in Detroit and we were losing, I think he was faking injuries. I honestly think he was faking injuries. So I'm not sure in Chicago if they're just going to be giving more and more to Roshan, or whatever his name is, Mahogany, or whatever his name is, that guy they drafted, who they didn't draft him very high, but I just, man, maybe it's just my own bias against Swift, but I've been trying to like steer clear of like my own bias in the situation. But yeah. Yeah, Diggs just went here to Lake Show, where he kind of right at ADP. It was a little behind me, but he got drafted at 81. His ADP was 80, so. The ADP's here, and with him he blew out his ACL last year. He's getting older. He's at least 30, I think. I don't know if he's 31 yet or 32, but ETN, I feel like that is really early for him. Yeah, he was almost, you know, it's a little behind me there, but he was over 10 picks ahead of ADP there too for ETN, which is, oh, that guy's grabbing whoever he wants anytime he wants. That's the same guy who took Pacheco earlier, 20 picks ahead of ADP, so. Yeah, Alpha. So Mahomes hasn't finished inside the top 12 in like multiple seasons, so, for quarterbacks. That's why he's still available. Like, if people don't do good, then they're not going to get drafted higher. So yeah, see, we're at 2 left. Emeka, Brandon Ayuk. He's going to miss like at least probably the first 4 games. Maybe there's optimism for week 1. Driving and workouts. I forget what it was for him, but so we're 3-4, no quarterback yet. Let me get Fields. Let me not miss out on Fields for my Garrett stack. And I'll figure out the rest after that, because I feel like we're set at starters for running back and wide receiver pretty much. So these guys could help, but I feel like I want to get my Justin Fields at this moment. Sometimes he can literally slip past ADP, And other times, people draft him like 20 picks ahead because of his running ability. Now, I have a short turnaround, so I'm not going to jump to the big board here. Usually people like watching the big board a little bit more, but because I have a short turnaround, I want to pay attention. Not get caught like last time. I would like Mason, but that's not going to happen probably. We're looking at a wide receiver. I do like kind of Coleman, but he might not be there as well. Oh, I guess he will. This guy's not going to take a wide receiver. I almost promise you of that. Yeah, I took Bo Nix. Evan Ingram. Yeah, let's go Coleman. Hopefully he ends up being the guy in Chicago and he does a little bit better than what he did last year. So take TJ. Talking about Hawkinson. I'm getting a lot of Hawkinson, to be perfectly honest. Where is he? Where's he kind of at? Did he go? Yeah, over here. I have been taking more of him recently. It's like he's been getting hurt all the time, but when he's on the field, he's been doing pretty good. The Giants' backfield's another one that's kind of crazy. With Tracy, former wide receiver Tyrone Tracy. Tyrone, I forget which way to pronounce it. But even though he's a former wide receiver, he doesn't play on passing down because he can't pass block at all, apparently. So they draft a guy, this Scatabo. They still have Singletary. I don't know what's going to happen there. Not sure. So I got that stack there. Justin Fields, a little behind me right here, but the Justin Fields stack. They aren't necessarily flashy names, but this is like a solid wide receiver core, and really like two studs at running back with a guy who's probably getting 60% of the carries here in Chicago. As long as he doesn't fake injuries again. But I mean, they got Ben Johnson is a good offensive coordinator, so it's very interesting. Very interesting. I could wait for Tennessee for what's his name down here? Quarterback stack, I mean. So I think I'll do that. Maybe Charbonnet would be nasty. Either these guys are going to take him. He's not going to be there. So what's my other decision here? I could go Goff with JMO, but I don't really want to do that. Yeah, he took him instantly. JJ McCarthy. I mean, it's a little bit of a reach, but Tajay. Boy, I don't really want to take Dobbins. He got no money. I got left in a really awkward position here. I'm going to do that. Hopefully he kind of takes the job from Pollard. He could get twisted up. I think Pollard's like 28 or something, which is a little bit old for running backs. Not out of the question for being like, he's not useless at 28, but a little bit old for running backs. We have the short turnaround again. Boy. 336, ton of touchdowns, 300, 300, 300. Maybe I will take Goff here, even though he doesn't run. I mean, that's... If he drops to the next pick, I'll take him. If not, I'm going to take... I have no tight end yet. Njoku's been killer with just bad quarterbacks left and right. Or I could reach on a running back. Something like Tootin, Mr. Tootin, Ray Davis. I'll have to see here. I'm in a little tough predicament. I do need a running back, though. Or a tight end, I mean. And I don't really have a tight end decided. Ugh. I mean, is Warren going to be the next Brock Bowers? On a garbage team? Really stacking it in? I think I'm going to do it. I don't care that much about Goff. I already got Justin Fields, my man. I'm not too confident in what I just did, so really I think having Justin Fields coming back with a consistent Jared Goff, kind of what I feel like I wanted to do now. But we live with what we did. We got our tight end here with possible... Is this guy the next Brock Bowers? I don't know. Find out. We'll find out if I'm rich as F off of this draft right here. Let me grab another drink. All right, one out of 5. How would you rate my drafting skills so far? 1 out of 5. Let me know, YouTube and Twitch. Personally, I would give it an 11 out of 5, but that's just me. Good old Bayshall Tootin there with Ray Davis back-to-back. Javante, Tootin, and Davis. -3, bro. Mustang. Grow up. Real mature, Mustang. Real mature. The thing is, if Tyler Warren, if he's great at that pick, he could be so much better than Jared Goff. Jared Goff's like best possible scenario. Best possible scenario. Jared Goff had his best possible scenario last year, and he got how many points he did. He could repeat, but a lot of people could do that. A lot of people. So, and the thing is too, here at running backs, Penix, I don't have any Atlanta people. I'm looking at was that Cam Ward, I think. Boy, so many options here. Tight end, running back. I feel like I don't want to take a running back, but I love Garendo. If Garendo's here, this guy's going to take Garendo probably. Rashad White, do I really want to do that? Likely, there's a chance that Likely is goated. Especially if old man Andrews gets chopped out at the knees or something. Perry says 4.5. Nice. Rashad White. Ooh, I love Garendo. But Likely is so nasty. Boy, my running back situation is so stacked. I think I'm going to do it. I do love Likely. Because he did all of that last year with Mark Andrews in the lineup. So imagine he's still at 100 points, spike weeks here and there, 2 touchdown games. But if Andrews goes down, just pure insanity will ensue. Now it's a short wraparound. If I got Garendo, that'd be crazy. Algier for the I have Bijan, so I have to draft as if. I know it's a little behind chat there. I don't want to draft scared. I'm not taking a handcuff in best ball, so I have to draft as if Bijan's not going to get hurt. Nothing's going to happen to him, so I can't take Algier. Maybe Big Q? Big Quentin Johnson? Boy. How far down? Oh, Cam Ward is like right there, though. And it's a long way around to get to the next spot, so... I think one of these guys are going to take Garendo for sure. This guy probably is, to be honest. I think both of these... Oh, okay. Interesting. I almost don't want him to be here so that I... Am I going to reach on Cam Ward, though? I mean, what if Cam Ward's nasty, right? I would be stacked at running back. Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, no. I got to take... I probably have 50% drafted Isaac Garendo, to be perfectly honest. My running back room is so stacked already, though. I almost need to take Big Q, to be honest. I like him too much. I gotta take him. Dang it. Probably shouldn't have done that. I just got roasted. Yeah, and the guy right after me took Quentin Johnson. Yeah, I should have took Quentin Johnson. I knew I was on the clock. I was trying to decide there. I should not have taken... Dude, Garendo? I mean, who really thinks that old man, 28, 29-year-old Christian McCaffrey is going to last the season, right? Should have known that was going to happen. We got Geno to stack with, what's his name down here. So we still got that as long as no one takes him. Jacoby. Marty. Yeah, right. So 2, 2, 3, 2, 2, 2. There's no way around to me with 1. No one's going to touch Geno, so that's not happening. It is just not happening. So we're really going to lean in on Justin Fields here. This guy for your 4th quarterback. Sometimes people do that stuff. Like, oh, I'm taking my 4th quarterback. Geno Smith's going to be hurt. Really super cool. I pretty much have to take Geno here. Stacked up with Jacoby. But yeah. Oh, that's a preseason game, isn't it, Marty? It sort of doesn't matter. And by sort of, I mean it doesn't matter, like, literally at all. There's a new 3 quarterback meta, so I got to take them because everybody wants to take 3 quarterbacks nowadays. I'm not too comfortable with those tight ends necessarily. Ooh, Mason Taylor stacked with Justin Fields already. At this point, it's kind of just take your guys, right? Just kind of take your guys. So I might just grab Mason Taylor. Gesicki, I'm so off. Hunter Henry, meh. One of these guys, one of these two will take Hunter Henry. Zach Ertz, I mean, old man, but like people trust their old veterans. You know what I'm saying? 600 with 7 touchdowns, like that's probably going to happen again. But I ain't playing for like some comfortable season. I gotta go for it. So we're 5-5. I do need wide. We can get that figured out. Ooh, man. I do like Alec Pierce, which gives me for a 3rd quarterback stack later. I'm gonna do it. I don't think anyone's grabbing Mason Taylor. I don't need any more running backs. I think I'm set at 5 with Bijan and Jonathan Taylor, DeAndre Swift, a couple other ones. A little bit soft on the running back, but it'll be all right. We're sitting at 2-5-6-2. We've got 3 more picks. Oh, week 2, you're saying? That's week 2 is September 14th? Gotcha, Marty. Well, the thing is that your team stinks, Marty, so... Plus, we're talking about the Lions here. The GOAT. See, Current put his whole character up for sale on JSP with making our offer. Yeah, that is a thing. That is a thing. If you post all the gear, yeah, people do that all the time. They're like, I'm cashing out for the season, posting up what I got, full hammered in, stuff like that, you know. Totally a thing, Kermit. You mother... He took Mason Taylor ahead of ADP unstacked. What a butthead. All right. What am I doing here? I got 3 picks left, right? So I'm not taking Jaren Waller. I can tell you that much. I mean, Hopkins, he's going to get the ball. Where's my running back situation looking? The thing is I already know who I'm going to take later for a 7 wide receiver. Am I going to go... Alec Pierce. I want to go 1 quarterback. I got another pick coming around later. Running back. I think I'm going to do it. Keaton Mitchell. If something happens to Derrick Henry. These guys, I'm going to take my backup. I think I'm going to do it. 6. I do want another. No. All right. So that's pretty weak at tight end, but I think I want to do it. 2-6-6-2. Boom. My board real quick. Kind of coming down to the wire there. So I went 4 wide receiver, 2, then 4 straight. So maybe we'll be all right. I don't believe in Anthony Richardson at all. Boy, I do kind of need another tight end here. So running back, dang. I wanted to stack up Josh Reynolds here too late. But I could really go for quarterback tight end here. I don't believe in Anthony Richardson. I don't believe it. I don't believe in him. Boy, so it's going to be 3-6-6-3 if I do this. Change my mind. Give me Hopkins. We're sticking with just these two quarterbacks right here. I didn't realize he was still there, to be honest. Kind of, sort of. 10 picks past ADP, like almost the last round. Not a Hall of Famer, but he was, I mean, maybe almost there. Borderline Hall of Famer. But then tight end. Boy, I probably have 75% Juwan Johnson down here. So I'm actually going to stick with just these two quarterbacks. Justin Fields better be the man. I'll tell you what. Justin Fields won me seasons. Won me. He didn't win me a season. Actually, Justin Fields, I picked him up off the waiver wire. He won me Bijan Robinson is what he did for me. See, Kermit saying, should get an okay offer, if not just for the infinity. Probably. I don't know what stuff goes for nowadays, so it's really hard to tell, like, in the form gold amounts, how much stuff, like, drops, you know what I mean? Boy, likely Warren. Should I make a bet on Warren here, huh? Daniel Jones went over here. Of course he did. Because tight ends can slide into a flex, too, if they get a lucky 2-touchdown game. There are no other quarterbacks at this point. Jackson Dart, actually. I don't have any Giants, though, so... Boy, this guy's probably going to take Juwan Johnson. I'm about to be real pissed. Gosh dang it, this guy. Thank you very much for taking Blake Corum. I'm going to go Juwan Johnson. They just signed him to, like, 3-year, like, $50 million deal or something. This 3-year deal. Are they just really not going to use him? With only 2 quarterbacks, I'll tell you right now, it'll pop you up with a rating. My rating's going to be like 2.841. Going to be like the second lowest, because if you don't take 3 quarterbacks, it automatically like scraps your team. So it's automatically over. Pick your last pick. I just, out of curiosity, I want to see what it goes here. It is crazy. Kareem Hunt, 7 touchdowns with almost 800 rushing yards, 720. Let's see, 900 rushing yards and 7 touchdowns, going undrafted. Pretty crazy. Why is it not updating? Dirty Birdie, yo, yeah, doing a little bit of variety stuff here. So usually this would update to show you what the rating was, but for some reason it's not. So let's look at. Somebody asked earlier, I don't know if you're still around, how many drafts I've done. A lot. Oh no, that was last year's. I did not do this. This one saved me up here. This $100 saved me from this super flex one. So I finished like 100th out of like 50,000 people. Drafts completed. I've done 60 drafts this year. Oh my gosh. So the thing is I hop on the thing and I draft, you know, a $5 team here, a $3 team here on the treadmill. So what are my, how do you look at exposures here? Like, look at this Garendo exposure. And Juwan Johnson, that's like last round pick. I mean, you might as well. A guy that gets touchdowns every year so you can look for a spike week. They just signed him to a $34 million contract. Or $30 million with maxed out at 34 with incentives. So that's almost all of it is $21 million guaranteed. He's guaranteed $7 million a year. This guy at tight end. Are they not going to use him, really? But a lot of these late round guys, Jalen Wright, if he can fill in for Achane. Algier's always got some work. Like, it's been going down, I guess, but that's because Bijan's been going up. But is Bijan never, ever going to get hurt? I hope he doesn't. I really don't. I'm not saying he definitely will. It's not like he's due or anything like that. I'm not throwing that out there. But I don't know how Pollard is so high, to be honest. This one's disgusting. I wish that was not so high. But Jacoby Myers, just nobody wants him. Just nobody wants him. Cortland Sutton is underrated, in my opinion. Tesla's a guy. Tesla, listen here. Tesla's a guy who's like last round. Okay, so who are you gonna take there? I can't believe I haven't actually looked at this in a while. McLaurin, I can't believe McLaurin is that high. Or Fields, to be honest. Pacheco, I thought was higher than that, to be honest, and probably Mason. EJ Moore had 20%. This was from early. Like, he had such a relatively good year last year with a bunch of touchdowns. If anyone gets hurt there, like, who's going to come in? Apparently they drafted a guy, but is he going to come in and fill in? You know what I'm saying? So here's a guy. So you're saying I'm oh, what's his name? Oh no, I can't remember his name. Well, here's a guy. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. It's not Madden. I can't remember his name, but boy, some of these percentages are wicked high. Anthony Richardson I was taking early on, and I've soured on that. I took a lot of them early on because it was super late. I've really like started toning that one down. So a lot of these percentages are real high. Then there's just random dudes down here. Olave, boy, not taking any Olave. I thought it was like Collinsworth or something. Not what's his name? I don't know. Lamar Jackson I have like none of because he always gets picked way, like everyone reaches for him. I can't believe Neighbors I have like none of. I don't hate Neighbors either. It's interesting looking down at this because, and Keon Coleman, what? I thought I'd take him all the time. What? Interesting. Huh. Kind of like a new perspective on some of this stuff. I didn't realize. I have more Darius Slayton than I do Keon Coleman and Malik Neighbors. What? 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 What's going on here? Jaden Reed. I don't think I've ever drafted Jaden Reed. What is going on? Where did he go? Yeah, Jaden Reed. I don't ever remember drafting this guy. How do I have 5% of him? Crazy talk. Just crazy talk. I thought likely he'd be higher than this. I guess I've been drafting him a lot less lately. Early on, I was taking him a ton. Like last round Isaiah Likely, but he's moved up, of course. Like nowadays. Hopkins, I've been grabbing a little bit. I couldn't imagine them having Hopkins and just not using him, you know? Like, I know he was on and off hurt last year. Didn't he start off the year with Tennessee and he got traded? Or something? I can't remember the whole sitch, but... yeah. It's interesting. So I think I'm just go ahead and call the stream there. I was thinking about doing some Geoguessr, but I think I'm going to go ahead and scrap that idea possibly. So I appreciate y'all joining me. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the stream. I know this is a little off the beaten path, but I do like football and like the whole like analytical, trying to think about like try to game the system, see if you can, you know, figure out what's going on more so than the other guys or whatever. So I do like fantasy football a lot. So hope you guys enjoy the stream. Peace out. Keep slaying those fantasy football drafts. Oh.